changers driving positive change in our country and beyond. Today, we turn our attention and focus on a very important subject matter that drives our national development: corporate social responsibility, in short, CSR. In a world where businesses are often judged solely by their profits and market share, a new generation of companies are rewriting the narrative, one that places the people and the planet at the heart of profits. These companies are not only providing goods and services, but they are also digging boreholes in water-starved communities, building schools in underserved communities, sponsoring health outreach programs, and creating environmental solutions. CSR is no longer just an optional add-on. It's now a key expectation of every responsible business. It represents the social contract between corporate institutions and the communities they serve. From multinational corporations to indigenous businesses, the call to give back has become louder, clearer, and more urgent. Today on Volunteers TV show, we explore how companies in Ghana are rising to the call, championing causes that uplift the poor, empower the youth, preserve our environment, and bring hope to the most forgotten corners of our nation. We will hear stories of impact, share lessons in partnership, and reflect on how socially responsible business is shaping the future of our nation. So stay with us as we spotlight the powerful intersection of business and humanity, and celebrate Blue Skies Foundation that is proving that purpose and profit can and must go hand in hand.
For me, there is no greater pressure than being able to farm. We used to have no certainty, no hope. The foundation provided us with a training center so that more farmers like me could have the kind of life I now have. So now we have a stable future and we can be proud of what we have achieved together.
People used to laugh at me. They said there was no life in farming. But now they can see what I have been able to achieve. With the foundation, we have built toilets, which have reduced cholera in many communities near my farm.
Before this factory was here, there were no jobs in this area. Now, thanks to the business we have with our partners, Blue Skies has been able to employ over 4,000 people who we all see as family. And in 2011, the foundation developed a sports center so our people can become even fitter.
The Foundation School Fund competition has inspired us to grow our own crops so we can feed our school and prepare for the future.
Many of my students have family who work at Blue Skies. The foundation provided my school with a new classroom block so that my children no longer have to study under trees. When I see what the foundation is doing, I see the future.
Volunteers TV show, inspiring change through action. To delve deeper into the topic for today's discussion, corporate social responsibility, and how practical this is working in Blue Skies, we are very privileged to have with us Mr. Alistair Gyimate, the Corporate Affairs Manager of Blue Skies, and of course doubles as the manager for the Blue Skies Foundation. Alistair, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you, my big brother.
Good. To start with, can you give us background to the formation or the establishment of the Blue Skies Foundation?
Well, thank you very much, and let me salute all the viewers out there. The Blue Skies Foundation is, I would call it, an appendage to the Blue Skies products. In Ghana, everybody knows Blue Skies as an organization or a company that produces fresh fruit and fresh fruit products for major supermarkets in Europe and for our local market. And so in 2009, the Blue Skies Foundation was established with the sole focus of reaching out to the needs of the communities where we operate. And the Blue Skies Foundation is an establishment of 3 bodies. So one is Waitrose Supermarket Company in the UK. The Waitrose Supermarket is part of the John Lewis conglomerate of business in the UK, where they sell quality products to their consumers in the United Kingdom. And also Albert Heijn Foundation, which is part of Albert Heijn Products, or Albert Heijn Company, another company in the Netherlands, where they sell a variety of products across board. And so these 3 bodies, Blue Skies, Albert Heijn, and Waitrose, came together, and that's what we call the Blue Skies Foundation. And like I indicated, is to address the needs of the communities where we trade, so where we source our raw materials from, and where our staff and our farmers basically live.
I would like to know how Blue Skies Foundation incorporate volunteerism into its operations, especially towards community projects and community impacts.
All right. So thank you very much. So like I said, the Blue Skies Foundation has been engaged in many activities. And then I remember our first batch of projects in 2010, where we organized our staff to go and paint it was a school building at Fotobi. And then we mobilized the staff to go there, paint the facility, and then engage with the community, and also provide some kind of opportunity for them to also do something for the local communities. And ever since, it's been sparingly part of our operations. But from this year, not just as a foundation, but as a corporate organization, Blue Skies is instituting volunteerism into our operations, where we are encouraging at this level all leaders or all departments and all managers to engage in a voluntary activity, and that will be documented, so that at the end of the year, we would reward the best volunteer group, either a department or an individual.
What opportunities do you have for local or international volunteers to support your initiative? Local and international volunteers.
Well, with the expansion of our volunteering activities now, it has become important that we structure volunteerism to include both the staff and the people from the local community. So far, we have not really had any international volunteer, but they have had several applications of people who would want to volunteer in an activity one way or the other. So we are restructuring the process so that we create the platform for both locals and international people who would want to engage in some form of volunteerism, either in the schools that we have built, or in the clinics that we have constructed, or in the communities where we engage in some form of support activities.
So I can see that for the past almost 2 decades that the foundation was formed, you've embarked on a number of projects,
yes,
intervention projects, touching lives in communities. Can you share some highlights of some of these projects that you have undertaken?
Well, thank you very much. So the good thing about the Blue Skies Foundation is that our projects actually emanate from the community. And so we do not impose projects on communities and say, oh, we have come around, we observe that you do not have water or you don't have a toilet facility. And no, we don't do that. So we engage the communities, we give them the opportunity to discuss and prioritize what their needs are. And when they bring this, it goes through a structure. So we have a council. The council is the community representatives of all. It's like a little parliament where these projects come and they are discussed, we review, and then we make decisions. And once we decide on the project, we present it to the board, and the board would give that financial approval for us to take off. We've done several projects, very significant projects. And most of the time when people ask me, what's your most significant project? It's always very difficult for me to tell them because these projects emanate from the communities and it's of great value to all of them. But some of the significant projects we have done, I think in the past years, we have constructed over 18 educational institutions. We have built schools from scratch. And we are always proud to say around in Sawam or within the Sawam Adreji municipality, most communities we have provided them with school. Right. And Dobro, where the factory is established now, we have a junior high school, Blue Skies constructed. At the other side, we have in Sumia, where we constructed a junior high school. If you go to Twinto, we have also provided a junior high school. If you go to Akraman, we supported them with the primary school. If you go to Sechikro, we provided a kindergarten for them. If you go to Fotobi, their junior high school was built by Blue Skies Foundation. If you go to Damine, constructed by Blue Skies Foundation. If you go to Anof, their KG block was provided by Blue Skies Foundation. And not just within these areas, but then we have litany of projects across the country in our operational areas where we are. But one of the significant projects, though it's a bit emotional, is a construction of a daycare center we partnered to do for the Sawam female prison. I know most people will be surprised to hear that there are few people in the prisons, especially our sisters who are serving with their children. And so, yes, you're serving in the prison for an offense they have not committed. But the structures of our legal system eventually makes that possible. So the some female prison, they call them prelas, actually brought this to our notice. And then they have an initiative where they want a school constructed to give these young people some kind of introduction. So we got interested. So we built a daycare in partnership with Women Rediscovery at the Sawam Prison. It's a daycare center which provides an opportunity for the children of the inmates as well as children from the local community, which include children of the officers, to have a daycare experience. So they have a daytime opportunity to come out. And it is very helpful because what this does is that it gives them an opportunity to grow in a natural environment, probably before their circumstances change.
Do you have an idea the number of children in this situation that find themselves in this newly built daycare center that you have for?
Oh no, there are a couple of kids there, which are made up of children of inmates. Currently, I don't have the numbers of the children who are living in the prison, but there are a couple of them who are brought to the daycare center. And thanks to the prelas, some, especially the female prison officers, for us, this is a brilliant idea. And this is an initiative they propounded, we supported, and gradually brought it to life. And we think that is what's supposed to be done. And we are hoping that we'll be able to support them some more. To give light to these kids who are starting life from the gloomy end of life.
Alistair, what inspires Blue Skies and to extend Blue Skies Foundation to do the kind of things you do, the life-touching projects that you undertake, the various community interventions that you embark on? What is your inspiration? Why do you do all of this?
Well, I think our inspiration is one, our founder, who believes that we need to live in a similar society where each one should be for each other, and we need to care for each other, and there should be no discrimination. As a business, we have our ethos, and one of our business model is called Joint Effort Enterprise, where we believe that we need to come together to make any enterprise work and to ensure that we need to look at it across the value chain. And so from the foundation of the business, we have been engaged with supporting our local communities, and we are one of the few businesses that have supported local farmers to get them EuroGAP certification. We have supported our farmers with input. In fact, in most part of our business operation, we are giving interest-free loan to our farmers to help them to expand so that they'll be able to meet our needs. So we think that it is our responsibility. For us, doing some of these things is part of our business culture. It is our responsibility to make sure that we grow together with our farmers, we grow together with our communities, we grow together with our staff, so that at the end of the day, when we get there, we'll all be proud and say that this is how we managed to get there. So our business focus is not just to make profit, but we believe that every business has a responsibility to its stakeholders, and that's exactly what we are doing.
Environmental protection has become a major issue globally.
Yes.
Everybody is now very interested in how we can sustain our environment.
Yes.
Blue Skies, and to extension Blue Skies Foundation, do you have any initiatives, any actions, any activities that you embark on to ensure that our environment is well kept and our environment is well sustained?
Thank you very much. I think if you look around us, I think the picture is even clearer. It tells you about how conscious we are about the things of the environment. Agriculture depends on the environment. And so without sustainable environment, there will be no agriculture. Without agriculture, there will be no businesses like Blue Skies. So for us, from the beginning, I think our business foundation has been hinged on supporting and ensuring that we sustain the environment. So most of our activities are always tailored towards looking at agriculture. In fact, if you look at globally, we are one of the few businesses, we pride ourselves as the only business in sub-Saharan Africa that exposed our farmers to what we call leaf certification, that is linking agriculture and farming globally. And it's being replicated all over the world. It tells you how conscious we are about the way we do and the impact of our activities on our environment. And so we are very keen when it comes to the issue of environment. And just recently, we in partnership with Northampton University and other major stakeholders, we launched the alternative plastic policy, which we presented to the EPA and the government of Ghana for its implementation. Currently, we are working on the strategies to get this policy implemented. So we are always very conscious, and our activities are based on supporting the environment. In fact, tree planting is part of our culture. If you look around that, it's always very clear. And then with all the operations and the farmers that we work with, we ensure that this is embedded. And if you look at the Global Gap Standard, some of these things are basic requirements. And there have been incidents, we have had challenges to our local communities just because we want to ensure this. From the foundation of Blue Skies, we have even acquired lands just basically to secure the forest belt. And some traditional people do not even believe in this. And sometimes they would encroach, they would destroy. And we are currently in court with several communities where people have interfered in our forest activity. We have planted trees all over. In fact, there have been instances where we have bought pieces of land just to protect the trees within that enclave and to ensure that they are not destroyed. So it is something that we are trying to help people to understand. We need to cultivate this habit of looking after the environment, because that is what will sustain us. So for us as a business, environmental sustainability is part of our pillars of engagement.
Looking around, I see most of your workers to be youth. You have a young population staff, more or less.
Yeah.
Do you have any initiative that is geared towards empowering youth?
Asampa etia obanyansa poso wo bunibia wanka na asam tema putu sam kakre wa asupeme yo kofi oman ya woman omani ya memana geni baby ako wacha da ya wareni wonsom wanyinyi pa asa jipa wo fio ye demo yembera ye ebe ya nana ama ya umano
So let me just say that. So one of the things I would want to correct you, my big brother, is that in Blue Skies we don't say workers, we say people. Yes, so the Blue Skies people. Yes,
Blue Skies
because our understanding of workers is always about working for yourself, but we will look as a community, and so we call ourselves the Blue Skies people. Yes, the Blue Skies people. So yes, as a developing business, apart from our engagement with the local community and supporting them, if you go see my T-shirt, there is this project we launched called Enable. Enable is basically a platform where we provide an opportunity for our staff who have some entrepreneurial ideas and they want it expanded to be funded. So this is an activity we plan to have every year, where we get our staff who have some knowledge or they have some business strategy or they have some business ideas they would want to see implemented, and then we give them a grant to support them, and we monitor them, we mentor them, and we evaluate their activities to make sure that they expand. After our founder will tell you that he started this business when he was 50 years, so it is never too late for anybody at all to start any form of business that will have the potential of creating opportunities for others and also building a future for generations. So Enable is one. One of the initiatives we took some few years back is the School Farm of the Year competition. Because of the agribusiness, we also observed that the average Ghanaian youth, just like any of us, want to go to secondary school or go to secondary school, go to the university, get employment, get some office. But we, upon observation, realized that along the value chain in the agricultural sector, there are so many opportunities that have been overlooked over the years. And so we went back to the old school farm concept, and we piloted the program here. Thankfully, this project was launched by Honorable Fifi Kwete when he was the Agric Minister. We piloted with 12 schools in this area, and then we expanded it to a couple of regions. Currently, MasterCard Foundation and KIC, Cosmos Innovation Center, they've taken over. I know this year they are doing it in all the regions in the country, where we have over 750 senior high schools and junior high schools participating in a school farm program where we reward the best school farm in different sectors at the end of the year. And this is an opportunity to create awareness and also to reinvigorate in the minds of young Ghanaians to see the opportunities along the value chain in the agricultural sector. We think that where there is a good sustainable agriculture, there is hope.
These success stories you are sharing with us sounds very inspiring.
Thank you.
Alistair, corporate social responsibility is very essential in national development.
Sure.
Corporate social responsibility.
Yeah.
But you come to our part of the world and you don't see much of corporate institutions engaging themselves in community development, touching lives, social efforts, compared to what you in Blue Skies are doing. What are some encouraging words that we can get from you to the corporate world out there, especially here in Ghana, to be encouraged to get themselves involved in issues of community development, social work, volunteerism, active citizenship? How can corporate institutions take corporate social responsibility very seriously in this country?
Thank you very much. I think what I would want to say is that we all have a responsibility to each other. Though it is important to state that most entrepreneurs are basically into business to make profit and also to address community or social needs. But then we all have a responsibility towards each other. We strongly believe that businesses must grow with their community. They must grow with their stakeholders. And where there are profits, there should be a way of sharing the such that everybody would benefit. And that's why it is important for us to look at the needs of our local community. I do appreciate that there are a lot of businesses in this country that are doing very well. We think that as corporate organizations, we have that responsibility towards the nation. We have that responsibility towards our stakeholders, and it doesn't cost that much. it doesn't, in fact, the best development you can develop in any aspect of is to develop people. So when we meet the needs of people, we ensure social change, and then we transform lives. And I'm sure that it's a better PR for every corporate organization than just making profits. I believe that that would even make you more profitable because then people will get to know that you are not just in business to make profit, but you are also looking at social needs and other needs of the local communities around.
In our conversation, you mentioned something about a project you have undertaken with the fire service.
Yes.
Provision of water and all of those stuff for the fire service.
Yes.
Can you throw more light on that project?
Well, so from a few years back, we observed that there's a major challenge, especially with the fire service in the Sawam district. And sometimes when there is a major fire outbreak, you could see that the fire hydrants are not working. And sometimes they'll be forced to. There are instances where they come here to Blue Skies to access water. So we thought it would be important for us to provide their own water system for them.
Okay.
And so the Blue Skies Foundation intervened, and we have provided for them an overhead but then the structure is such that they will be able to refuel quickly, very supportive to the fire service. They've been very appreciative of that. And so these are part of the projects that we do. Apart from building schools, providing clinics, providing toilet facilities, and then ensuring that there is social good. I think these are some of the projects that we intervene. And we would want to appreciate our local communities, our local community leaders for their continuous support and engagement. We believe that together we'll be able to shine the light and make the skies bluer for our local people.
That's right. I know many of your people within Nsawam are watching the show.
Yes.
We know also your brands are all over this country. You go to the malls, you go to the supermarkets, all over. We have Blue Skies drinks and all your. What will be your final words to the indigents within your catchment area, and also to your customers all over this nation?
All right. So